Alright, let's continue our journey into FF7. This is the third episode I'm doing. Um, we've already received, I haven't released the second one yet, and I think it was a little less interesting than the first one. But we've already received 3 reviews. One was a sweet comment by someone who will go unnamed. A second said they really enjoyed it, keep going, from someone who will go unnamed. And a third, who will go unnamed and you definitely won't be able to figure out, said that if I truly wanted to suffer through this miserable experience, that was my own problem and they didn't mind. Possibly you can figure out who said this, possibly not. That said, let's continue with our FF7 journey. This is Cloud, bodyguard. Bodyguard? You mean you were followed again? Are you alright? You're not hurt, are you? I'm alright. I had Cloud with me. Now, you may remember, and I might be a little less. I've tried to not be kind of spoilery and experience the story as it's told. I might let some things slip in as we go. But you may remember something being said about Aeris' mother towards the end of last episode. Thank you, Cloud, says Almira. So, what are you going to do now? Is Sector 7 far from here? I want to go to Tifa's bar. Is Tifa a girl? Yeah. A girlfriend? God's gonna say no way here. No way! Hee hee hee. You don't have to get that upset. Now, I don't think it's a spoiler to say there's clearly going to be a love triangle here, and I think, obviously, both pairings have fans. I think it is pretty clear that at this point in time, Cloud is definitely more reactive to Aeris and more responsive to her, and so I'm going to treat the plot as such because I think that's what's going on. You don't have to get that upset. Well, that's nice. Let's see, Sector 7. I'll show you the way. You gotta be kidding. Why do you want to put yourself in danger again? I'm used to it. Used to it? Well, dunno, getting help from a girl. So, there's this real thing in this era of RPGs. It's especially extreme, I think, in Legend of Dragoon, but it shows up in all of them, the kind of girls, can they do things? And then you get an era of games shortly after, which is kind of a girl power era. And I think we've now reached one that has... Well, I don't play many modern games, so it's hard for me to tell. But you'd like to get to a point where women are people, and some can do incredible things, some don't. They are complex characters rather than kind of locked into the girl role. And I think, on the whole, games are getting better in that direction. But that said, I think something FF tends to avoid other games get is kind of rampant sexism. And FF7, here we have Cloud doing it, but also Cloud is a big jerk. And so I think this very much makes sense for the Cloud we've seen. And it is not sort of the story telling you through the lead character, girls suck. It is the story telling you through Cloud being like, I can't take help from a girl, that Cloud doesn't really have it together, you know? This is not a person with, a secure ego. A girl? What do you mean by that? To just sit by and listen after hearing you say something like that? Mom, I'm taking Cloud to Sector 7. I'll be back in a while. Incidentally, also, our characters in FF7 are like 21, 22 years old, which is so old for this genre of game. It's always like 17-year-olds exactly. And so I appreciate we have a slightly older cast in this one. It makes them having backstories over the past, 10 years of their lives slightly more believable. This is not to say, 21-year-olds can't be well-formed, thoughtful people, or 17-year-olds or 12-year-olds, but it is to say there is much less time to have life experience as an adult at that point. But, dear, I give up. You never listen once you've made up your mind. But if you must go, why don't you go tomorrow? It's getting late now. Yeah, you're right, Mom. Aeris, please go and make the bed. Makes sense there would be flowers in this house, given that Aeris is the one person capable of, flowers in Midgar City. That glow in your eyes. You're from Soldier, right? Yeah, rather, I used to be. I don't know how to say this, but would you please leave here tonight without telling Aeris? Now, if I was in this world, right, and I had some sense of the Shinra Corporation, and I'm Elmira, and I know Shinra has gone after Aeris before, and you see this person coming in who is clearly ex-military connected to Shinra, you'd probably want them gone without taking your daughter with them too. That seems very sensible to me. You need to go through Sector 7, 6 to get to Sector 7. Sector 6 is a little dangerous, so you better get some rest tonight. Alright? Cloud. Good night. Alright, time to go to bed. Oh man. Seem pretty tired. I haven't slept in a bed like this in a long time. It really feels like the voice in our head is something within us, right? It's not an external thing saying you haven't slept in a bed like this in a long time. There's a voice within Cloud that is saying stuff connected to his experience, but isn't the same as his conscious thought. Oh, yeah. Ever since that time. Flashback. My, how you've grown. I'll bet the girls never leave you alone. Not really. Cloud's a big jerk. I'm worried about you. There are a lot of temptations in the city. I'd feel a lot better if you just settled down and had a nice girlfriend. I'm alright. You should have an older girlfriend, one that'll take care of you. So, in the instruction manuals to these games, for Japanese games, they will always tell you a character, tell you their age, probably their birthday. But instead of okay, FF Tactics is zodiac signs, but in general, instead of zodiac signs, Asian games will often tell you their blood types, which I always find funny because their blood type, at least to some people, symbolizes kind of personality things in an, not the same, but an analogous way to the way, horoscope, zodiac stuff, people assume personality stuff from that. So I think that's funny. But also what I wanted to say here was Cloud is 21. Tifa is, I believe, also 21, but slightly younger. And Aeris is 22. Again, we're going to, talk about this as the game goes on. There will be different moments where I'm going to say different things on this. But I think right now it is pretty clear Aeris seems like the better match for Cloud. I think that would be the perfect type for you. And we're hearing it from his mother's mouth here. I'm not interested. Excuse me. Cloud, not polite to his mother either. Though, of course, it can be very obnoxious to have someone tell you, you show up and your family is trying to matchmate for you. I must have fallen asleep. Well, nice bed. I haven't been in a nice bed for a while. Sector 7's past Sector 6. I should be alright by myself. So we're not going to use the run button here because Aeris will notice and come out and yell at us. Maybe I should do that just to get the scene, but too late. We're going to properly walk down the stairs. Now we can run again. And we've escaped. Should probably save at some point. Yeah. You can see my beautiful color combination. 2 positive reviews, 1 calling it the most hideous thing they have ever seen, burning out their eyes, and 2 people saying they liked it. So on average, that's probably a negative review, but the middle of those reviews is positive. So we're going to take it as a big plus. Great color combination there. Again, if you search all these houses, you can probably grab a potion or something, but I'm not going to spend the time. Wait, what's that? Cloud does his other gesture, his shocked shoulders back. Incredible graphics here. Not to be confused with his shrug he does whenever someone cares about something. You're up bright and early. How can I ask you to go along when I knew it would be dangerous? Are you done? You have to go through the slum in Sector 6 to get to Tifa's 7th heaven. I'll take you there. Come on. runs off, ready to go. Cloud does the shrug. Whatever, I guess we'll do this. Now there are enemies here, so let's briefly check our equipment. We have our Buster Sword, our initial equip, and our Titan Bangle on Cloud. And on Aeris we have the Bronze Bangle, but we can improve it, and a Guard Stick, which we also can't improve. Our materia, we have Lightning and All, which we know is good, and Restore and Cover. Because I have more materia on Cloud, he can get a bigger boost to magic, and so his Restore will do useful things. I also want to make sure I have some attack magic on both characters. I think some people like to put, all offensive on one and all support on another, but then it can be such that a character doesn't have useful stuff to do at a given moment. And Aeris, who is already kind of low damage output, though I think I remembered to put her in the front row, yes I did, might already have problems there. Now these enemies do way more damage than any other enemies we've seen. But we now have Aeris in our party, and Aeris has one incredibly valuable feature, which is her limit break is pretty close to a full heal. And so, if Aeris takes sufficient damage, we basically just get a full party heal. And we're not going to have to worry that much about healing. Now, what that actually means, I will use Braver just to get experience on Braver. What that actually means is I think maybe if we can get Aeris an item with another weapon slot to put materia on, I'll probably give cover to Aeris so that she takes more damage so that we regularly get the heals. Because if we think about it, right? If Aeris takes a bunch of damage, her limit break will fill, we'll get a full heal. Great. If Cloud takes a bunch of damage, we'll have to heal him and use MP to do so. That could be used elsewhere for our, casting Bolt. So as a kid, this was another point. I got stuck for a while because I didn't realize I could run up this. So again, brilliant work on my part. There's some funny enemies here. Maybe I should. There's a big house enemy that I think looks silly that you can fight here. Let's see if we got it. Yeah. So this game actually, I think, has pretty creative, silly enemy uses. So it's good to see it hit Aeris because we want her gauge to fill up because she'll give Cloud a full heal. She gives a full party heal. She is, I think, a very useful early game character. Either this enemy is weak to Bolt or Cloud has more attacking power. You'll notice that there's the red arrow next to Bolt. That is to signify that it hits all. Alright, Cloud will need to heal. And in fact, if it hits us again before we heal, we could be in trouble. But luckily it didn't. Yeah, but if Aeris had been taking these hits, we would already be healed and we wouldn't have to worry about it. So shout out to Aeris's very powerful limit break. And again, we really want to use Braver a certain number of times because that will help us unlock the next one. And we also want Cloud to get kills. In general, I think Aeris's early limit break is just excellent, and I don't mind being stuck on it for however long, she's one of our main party characters. I'm not sure exactly what my final party on this is going to be, but the Gate to Sector 7's in there. But I don't mind leaving Aeris on her level 1 limit, while Cloud, his are more damage oriented, and I really want to level them up. The Gate to Sector 7 is in there. Thanks. I guess this is goodbye. You can be alright going home. Oh no, what will I ever do? Isn't that what you want me to say? Clearly she wants to come. We'll be vaguely respectful of that for once. I could do that, but won't I be in your way? Teasing here. What do you mean, in the way? Cloud's so slow. He's a jerk, and he's slow. Nothing. Can we take a break? Apparently, yes. Nice little playground structure here. Big gate up there. Let's go see what Aeris has to say. I can't believe it's still here. One thing I think was a really good decision on this game, and in general in RPGs of this era, is to do the kind of drawn backgrounds with the silly-looking sprites on top of them. The dissonance between the graphical quality of the sprite and the drawn background can be really stark. But the drawn background looks really nice, and if they gave you camera control, they'd have to make it look a lot less nice, because here they can just paint one angle on it. And I think FF7 does a really remarkable job of having both nice looking backgrounds and some cinematic angles chosen that some games don't manage. And like a lot of games, you're going to want to have camera control. But I think at kind of this moment of graphical history, this is the right way to do it and have the game look good. Just a game that makes a lot of really, really good decisions. All right. What have we got to talk about? What rank were you? I like how anytime something like this happens, Cloud is not the conversation initiator because Cloud has nothing to say. What rank were you? Rank? You know, in Soldier. Now, okay, main characters seem dumb a lot, like Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid, who can be pretty dumb at points. But, you know, his famous thing is anytime someone says something, he repeats the noun in question form. So they'll say, it's a Metal Gear, and he'll be like, Metal Gear? And, you know, he comes across like a bit of an idiot. And main characters are going to often have this syndrome because other people are saying things and they go, please continue giving me information. And that often ends up in the form of a question like that. But I do think in this case, this is part of Cloud just being a terrible conversationalist. You know, in Soldier. Oh, I was first class. Just the same as him. The same as who? Not asked quite as much as girlfriend, but a little bit of a reverse of that scene we just saw. My first boyfriend. You were serious? No, but I liked him for a while. I probably knew him. What was his name? It doesn't really matter. Not a badly written interchange there for not giving information. Like, had some exposition, but did it in a way where it's clearly like not giving you full information, but not in a way that feels like hiding it, in a way that feels like conversational, given who the characters are. Huh. Hey, back there. Tifa? Now that does not look like the Tifa we've seen, so we'll have to take his word for it, because she is dressed differently, but right hair color. And so this clearly is Tifa, but I think it's funny in a game like this. There are so many characters, and unless the hairstyle is obvious, if you put them in different clothes and give them a distance, I'm not going to be able to recognize given the graphical quality. That girl in the cart was Tifa? Where was she going? She looked kind of odd. Big hop. You can't run down the slide. Ah, Aeris, what a bad person. Wait, I'll go on alone. You go home. You can't jump down and then run down a slide. Amateur hour. Alright, well, I guess we gotta go after both Aeris and Tifa into the Sector 6 slums. Again, I think the backgrounds look nice here. I think this is a nice imagining of a kind of run-down slum with a lot of like metal, but not taken over by grays, some other things than browns. This is before the like Mass Effect era where everything is gray and brown, especially gray. But I think they make it look both nice but also run down in a good way. This place is scary in a lot of ways, especially for a girl. So we've got to find Tifa fast. Alright. Hey, you two, why don't you get some rest? We have a beautiful room. How about it? Alright. Probably not for us. I think we're just gonna run to where... I don't remember exactly the order of going to stuff here. Incidentally, there's a part here where you can do it better or do it worse. And I'm gonna not put much effort into doing it well. Because, well, the scenes are funny. I'm happy with the rewards I'm gonna get for doing it badly. So we got some equipment. And the Mithril Rod would be an improvement for Aeris, Metal Knuckle for Tifa, Titan Bangle for almost anyone, and Mithril Armlet, even better. Now, it doesn't tell us the number of slots it's giving, and that's pretty important. But I think we will buy one Mithril Armlet, and that's it for now. Because we can give Cloud the Mithril Armlet. That gives him connected slots, which is useful, right? Because... potentially we could combine stuff like we combined lightning and all. So all will only affect lightning if it's in a paired slot. If they're just in separate slots, it doesn't connect. So maybe we could do something with this later, but more importantly, we can now give Aeris the Titan Bangle, and that lets her attach another thing. And maybe we will give her cover, because even though she has less health, I'd rather she take damage than Cloud take damage, because she does get the full heals out of it. Was there anything else here I wanted to buy? Nah. Okay. We could, of course, upgrade equipment, but we'll be getting equipment as the game goes on. I don't really need to be saving money or using money or whatever. It's fine either way. But it's all I feel like purchasing at the moment. This is Don Corneo's mansion. He's a big shot here in Wall Market. Listen, the Don's not interested in men, so just get the hell out of here. Alright, so that's not where we were supposed to go immediately. It's been a while. I had a period where, like, I get into phases with RPGs where I just want to play the same RPG over and over again. And Erg, no way, I can't go on. Things aren't working out. Between our differences in my pay, it just isn't cutting it. Nope, already talked to him. But I go through periods where I just want to play the same RPG, so I beat it and then play it again. This man we saw on the train. What the hell? You, this ain't no show. I'm busy right now. Feeling like there's going to be a fight. Alright, interesting. What do you have to say? The Honeybee Inn is a private club. Only members can go in. Shoo, shoo. Welcome. Even unpopular dweebs, like you, may meet their destiny here. You looking for a girlfriend too? You know a girl named Tifa? Hey, you're pretty fast. Tifa's our newest girl. So this is a... I don't know whether to call it a low-class or high-class brothel. I feel like it is clearly a low-class brothel, but high-class given the neighborhood, right? Tifa's our newest girl, but unfortunately, she's having an interview right now. Here at the Honeybee Inn, it's customary for all the new girls to be taken to Don Corneo's mansion. Don Corneo is a famous dilettante. Now he wants to settle down and is in the market for a bride. Interesting. So this is why I thought we were supposed to go to Don Corneo's first. We will now be doing so. I was playing some other RPG. I finished Tales in the Sky second chapter between me recording the last episode and this one. And I like games that have explicit save points rather than save anywhere. It makes the place have a certain sort of gravitas in my head, if that makes any sense. That makes it like, this is a screen with meaning, in a way that just being able to save anywhere, it's not that I forget to save, it's just that, like, I feel like I'm saving in a random place with no importance, and that feels a little weird. I don't know how to explain it. I wonder if anyone else has that. Hey, you got another cute one with you. The Don Corneo, the Don, is interested in women. Hey, this looks like the Don's mansion. I'll go take a look. I'll tell Tifa about you. No, you can't. Why? You do know what kind of place this is, don't you? What am I supposed to do? You want to go in with me? Well, being a man, that'll be pretty hard. Besides, if I bust in there, it'll cause too much commotion. But I just can't let you go in alone. Oh, man. First, we need to find out if Tifa's alright. What's so funny, Aeris? Cloud, why don't you dress up like a girl? It's the only way. What? Just wait, I've got a cute friend I want to bring. Aeris, I can't. You are worried about Tifa, aren't you? Then come on, hurry. So I like this part because we take the, like, incredibly insecure, I have to be macho guy, I can't take help from a girl, right? And then we dress him up as a girl. And we do it in a way that doesn't, like, I think at least, doesn't, like, do anything mean about being a girl. What we're doing is we're making fun of Cloud's insecurities. And I think that makes this scene pretty amusing. And people, I know the remake came out and I don't care about it. I will not play it. But I do sort of wonder how they covered this here, because I actually think it's like pretty good scenes that you could pull off. And I know people have said this is going to be something they'll not be able to do. But it seems pretty doable to me, because like the core concept is Cloud is insecure. And as long as you run with that concept as the core concept, I think you're not going to do anything too uncomfortable. Excuse me, I'd like to get a dress. Might take a little time. Will that be alright? What's the problem? Well, my father, the owner, has been in a slump lately. You see, he makes all the dresses. And where is your father? He's probably plastered at the bar. So, you're saying we can't get a dress unless we do something about your father? Yes, I'm sorry. He's caused so much trouble. Someone else does the shrug that Cloud does. You'd help me bring him back. Well, if we don't do something, we don't get a dress, right? Really? Please help my crazy old dad. I just don't know what to do anymore. Alright, we'll do something. Let's go, Cloud. Alright, well, we gotta go to the bar. Luckily, I accidentally ran in there just a second ago, so we'll go back. Again, sorry that my video capture isn't super smooth here, but I do think most people, if not literally every person watching this, will have played FF7 before, so I don't feel too worried about it. You can just listen to my beautiful voice. Excuse us, are you the father of the girl at the clothing store? I own the clothes shop, but I ain't your father. I didn't say that. Make me some clothes. Cloud, so good socially, just really knows how to come into a conversation. I don't make men's clothes, and I don't feel like making anything right now. Cloud, you wait over there for a second. I'll try and talk to him. Why don't you go over there and have something to drink? You know, mister, he's always said that just once he'd like to dress up like a girl. So that's why I wanted a cute dress for him. What? Tough-looking guy like that? I may be changing his accent every time I do old man's voice. Sorry about that. So, how about it? Will you make him one? Might be interesting. I was getting a little bored just making regular clothes. Then you'll do it for us? Yeah, alright. What kind of dress do you want? Something... Now, if we're Aeris here, right? We're fully on teasing Cloud mode, right? So I shouldn't be picking, like... If I'm in the game, like, there's an answer that's slightly better or slightly worse for other reasons, but we're going to ignore that. If we're trying to pick what Aeris would do here, and I think that's what I should be playing this as, she's in fully teasing Cloud mode, so we shouldn't be picking what would Cloud want. We should be picking what would make Cloud feel most uncomfortable. I'm going to say something soft. And something that shimmers. Got it. You know, I got a friend that has the same taste as him. I'll go talk to him. Hey, hold on. Wait till I get an image in my head. Gulp. That's good. Alright, so we have him on board. What next? I think we'll go back to the dress shop. But we're gonna need a few more components to our costume. Just a dress will not make Cloud, you know, appealing to the Dawn. Oh, you're here. It's ready. Go try it on. I like how people often teleport to the next location. Like, there's no way he got here faster than we did. But, received key item. Silk dress. Alright, time to get changed. How do you put this on? Whoa, what are you doing? Still not right. A wig! That's what you need. I thought you might, so I talked to my friend about getting one. You know the gym? You'll find a lot of people there like you. Go and talk to them. Like you? Aeris, what did you tell him? Does it matter? Anyhow, we got a pretty dress. Alright, so we gotta head to the gym. I can follow instructions. You the one who wants to be cute? Cute? Right. And about the wig. Yeah, I heard, but it'll cost you. Erg. Big bro. The only way you're gonna get cuter is if you can beat Big Bro. That's right. So, you've got to compete with us. You're right, let's do squats. Alright, we'll beat you out of this gym. Are you the beautiful bro? What? You didn't know? Always running around here saying big bro this, big bro that. Never mind that. Come over here. No, I'll explain the rules. From the ready position, press the square button to squat. Alright, I have to figure out what buttons these are on my on my emulator. Alright, I think for me, it is Control-Shift-Command is the sequence I need to do. So it's square, X, circle, in that order. Got it? Got it. Let's try it. Whoever has the most squats after 30 seconds gets the wig. If this goes terribly, that's okay. It won't hurt the game. Not gonna lose. This is pretty easy to win if you, like, know how the controls work. You do have to wait, like, a little time. Very little time. Like, fraction of a second between inputs. If you go too fast, it will lose it. You have to kind of follow the animation. But this is pretty easy to win if you know what the controls are. So hopefully, you know, we can pull that off. Big Bro's wig is mine. Just be quiet. It's not fair for you to start right away. So do you want a little practice? Nah, we're gonna go for it. Don't need to practice. Now let's begin the real thing. Start. Nope, that wasn't the button. Nope, okay. It's, alright. I have the sequence. Hopefully we can... Oops. Hopefully we can, you know, perform vaguely acceptably here. I'm gonna stop talking. He had 17 squats and you... Oh, I did terrible. That's shameful. Sorry, you lose. Since the old man from the clothing store asked me, I can't keep it from you, so... Oh, now, where did I put it? Alright, then. Alright, not sure where that was stored, but that's okay. Stupid. What kind of place is that to hide it in? Bro's fists of steel cut to the bone. Sorry, you should still be able to use it if you disinfect it first. Received key item, wig. Now, if we had done better, we would have gotten blonde wig. It makes slight difference to the scenes you get, and you have to do an extra battle or two if you, you know, don't get the best wig, don't get the best dress, etc. But I am lazy and never remember how to do it optimally. But you can explore this whole space more, and I like that it's a, you know, you can... I'll probably talk about this later, but I really like in games when, you know, they have a puzzle or a town and they want you to do stuff there, but you can just do it minimally if you want. So if you feel like exploring and doing stuff, you will find things, you will get some rewards for it. And if you don't, you can just continue the game happily. It seems to me like the best version of fetch quests, where it's not even like an optional mission, right? Where there's like a mission that will never complete if you don't do the optional mission, and it can feel bad if you're feeling completionist not to do it. It's just, here's a part of the world, you can engage with it, or you can move past it, and both are very viable ways to play. And this game will have a whole bunch of sections, or at least one other section, where there's like a clear puzzle. It's coming up fairly soon, and you can do the puzzle, and if you do it, you can unlock other puzzles, and you can play, you know, these little sections and get some nice rewards for it. Or you can just get the first one wrong and move on and skip all that. And I think, and maybe do some extra battles. And I think that's just a nice way of doing it. Looks like you're all set. Now try it on and see how it fits. Now we could run around town and get more items related to this, but I think we're gonna go for it because as silly as this part can be, it is, I would like to continue with the game. Not bad. This may be a new business for me. Sorry, I'm totally out of the voice I was doing for the guy, but that's okay. Yeah, you're right. Should we try it? Thanks for showing us something new. My father got his motivation back now, so the dress is on the house. Walk more nicely, like this, Miss Cloud. What do you mean, nicely? Oh, you're so cute, Miss Cloud. Ah, I want one. Do you have one that'll look good on me, too? How's this? How about that one? Father, what are you talking about? This one's much better. No, what are you saying? This one. I want this one. Huh? I'm gonna go change. Apparently she gets hers on the house as well. No peeking. So, how do I look? Cloud shakes his head in despair. Oh, you're no fun. Cloud is no fun. Objectively truer words have never been stated. I know some people's take on the early game is like Cloud is cool and tough, and I think that's just the wrong interpretation, and I will not be having it here. Cloud is a giant loser, and that's just what I want out of him. Damn, your friend's hot too. Come in, come in. Two ladies coming through. How do we feel about Cloud's ponytails? Or pigtails, maybe. Hey, ladies. I'll go and let the Dawn know you're here. Wait here. Don't go wandering around. Now's our chance. Let's find Tifa. We will immediately be wandering around. Apparently I can't get up the stairs. These doors are all closed, so we'll be going this way. Luckily, this is precisely where we want to go. I recognize that person, at least now that I've been told who it is. Now, I always think the fireplace here is misleading because it shines a somewhat similar way to how items do. You can see the potion in the left, and sure, it has like the light run over it in a different way than the coals going bright and then going light. But it's pretty similar. So again, as a kid, I would run up to that and try to pick it up as an item over and over and be confused why I couldn't. So maybe not the best signposting there. Tifa? Nice to meet you. I'm Aeris. Cloud's told me a lot about you. And you are? Hey, you're the one with Cloud in the park. Right, with Cloud. Oh. Don't worry, we just met. It's nothing. What do you mean, don't worry? About what? This is very subtle. No, don't misunderstand. Cloud and I grew up together. Nothing more. Poor Cloud, having to stand here and listen to both of us call him nothing. Right, Cloud? Cloud? Cloud and my little purple. Let's grab the item before talking to them. Let's try to pick up the fireplace. Nope, we can't. And let's talk to Tifa. Hmm? Big jump in the air. She should play basketball. Cloud? Why are you dressed like that? What are you doing here? Forget that. What happened to you after the fall? Are you hurt? No, I just ruined some flowers. Hey, give me a chance to answer. I'm dressed like this because there was no other way to get in here. I'm alright. Aeris helped me out. Oh, Aeris did. Tifa, explain. What are you doing in a place like this? Yeah, ahem. I'll just plug my ears. Yeah, we probably can't go around being like, I'm part of the terrorist organization that's on the news and keeps blowing stuff up. I'm glad you're okay. Thanks. What happened? When we got back from the number 5 reactor, there was this weird man. So Barrett caught him and squeezed some information out of him. That's when the Don's name popped up. Aeris clearly listening in. Right, Don Corneo. Barrett told me to leave the Lech alone. But something's been bothering me. I see, so you wanted to get the story straight from Corneo's mouth. So I made it here, but now I'm in a bind. Corneo is looking for a bride. Every day he gets 3 girls, chooses one of them, and then, well. Anyway, I have to be the girl, or I'm out for tonight. Sorry, but I overheard. If you know the 3 girls, there's no problem, right? I guess so, but we have 2 here, right? No, Aeris, I can't have you get involved. Oh, so it's alright for Tifa to be in danger. No, I don't want Tifa in. Is it alright? I grew up in the slums. I'm used to danger. Do you trust me? Nods. Yes, thanks, Miss Aeris. Call me Aeris. Hey! I like that Aeris and Tifa go off and make the decision without Cloud. I think that is correct and proper decision making. It's time, ladies. The Dawn is waiting. I told you not to wander around. I tell you, women nowadays. Hurry up, will ya? I probably don't need to ask, but the other girl is me, right? You're right. There was no need to ask. Alright, well, let's go. Let's go meet the Dawn and try to learn his information. Man, he's not great looking. Koch. Alright, ladies. Line up in front of the Dawn. Who will he pick? I did not put any effort in, so we know it won't be me. Good, splendid, says the creep, with his creepy jump. Now, let's see, which girl should I choose? This one? Or this one? Woohoo, I've made up my mind, he says, with a big jump. Not as big as Tifa's jump, though, so he has no career in basketball. My choice for tonight is... Wait for it. This little beauty. Be nice, Dawn. You can have the other ones. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Well then, shall we go, my pretty? Everyone very subtly nods to each other in front of him. Scene change. Hey guys, we've got guests. We'll take real good care of you. This is all thanks to the big boss, Don Corneo. Hey, 3 cheers for Don Corneo. Well, ladies, are we all ready? And now the men turn into zombies. Whoa, slow down, what's the hurry? Why don't you stick around? We'll treat you real nice. Alright. Hey, you're in pretty good shape. Come on, baby. Got ants in my pants, wanna do a dance, gotta take a chance and maybe find romance. Someone put a lot of work into writing that line. Oh, your eyes, they seem to glow. I'm all yours, baby. They do glow, that's true. Just gonna make sure I talk to all. I think there's one missing. There we go. They say if 2 people dance together, their hearts will become one. Alright, let's talk to the boss man. Hey, what's wrong? You want me to keep you company? No, I'm flattered, but no thanks. Because I ain't interested in a bunch of scrubs like you. Oh, snap. What? A man? God damn it, you think you can get away with this? Get him. Knock the crap out of him. I love the way people jump in this game. It's so terrible looking. Alright, so 3 enemies. You know what we're going to start with. We're going to cast Bolt, because that's what we do. You can, I believe, change the order of spells if we go to settings. So I could set it so Bolt doesn't appear under Cure, because I was accidentally selected Cure and then I had to go back and select Bolt. I think you can choose the order of, do you want healing spells, attack spells, or status spells? What order you want them in. Oh, I forgot to read those lines, but who cares? This is obviously incredibly unimportant. And we're going to, again, use Bolt, because all is just a very powerful effect. Alright, the boss man has slightly more health, but I think... And does clearly more damage too. But I think just a couple extra hits and he'll go down too. And we don't really mind taking a little damage because we want limit breaks. He does do about 50 a turn, which is more than most things we've seen. I guess the big house could do 90-ish. It's the most we've seen from a non-boss. That said, we cleared out the scrubs. We're not interested in them. And let's go check on Aeris. How's she doing? No. That seems bad. Well, he's chasing. I want to tell a story about when I was in high school, but I think we'll not tell that story. I'm so sorry. We're not that sorry. Oh. It's not great. Stairs hurt. Weird laugh. Alright, he's gone. Aeris. I think we're focused on the task at hand. Yes, you're right. Let's hurry. I said we gotta help Tifa. I should read the choices. I shouldn't just read the lines that are actually said. So we had the choice between are you alright and we gotta help Tifa. Alright, we know they went back here. Woohoo! That's what everyone says when they're feeling randy. Come, come, don't be so shy. I know, but you know, Don Corneo, I'd like you to explain something before we start. Oh, you mean about that? Don't worry, I'm single. There, feel better now? I was not worried about this man being single. No, I'm not asking you about that. Wait a minute, no, not yet. Come, come. Can't wait any longer. Here comes Papa. And he does one of the classic FF7 jumps in a hot second. Cloud. And air balls. Flatten his face. What the hell? Who goes there? You still don't get it, do you, Don Corneo? Oh no, she changed into non-dress. Get what? Shut up, we're asking the questions now. What did your assistants find out? Talk. If you don't tell us, I'll chop them off. He does a jump. No, not that. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. So, talk. I made him find out where the man with the gun arm was, but that's what I was ordered to do, so we know that's Barrett. By who? No, if I told you that, I'd be killed. Talk. If you don't tell us, I'll rip them off. I would not like them to be chopped nor ripped off, personally. Wah! It was Heidegger of Shinra. I don't think we've heard that name before. Heidegger, the head of public safety maintenance. The head of public safety maintenance? Now, in a city where a corporation is clearly joint leadership of government, public safety maintenance, I think, can be at least a pretty ominous role to hold. Did you say the Shinra? What are they up to? Talk. If you don't tell us, I'll smash them. Rule of threes, right? We have 3 versions. You're serious, aren't you? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm not fooling around here either, you know. Shinra's trying to crush a small rebel group called Avalanche and want to infiltrate their hideout. And they're really gonna crush them. Literally. By breaking the support, holding up the plate above them. So we live in this world, right, where there's this raised plate, and we know, the train just goes where it'll take it. It just takes you between the 7 slums, right? But there's a plate up above, and Shinra works on the plate up above, and that's their kind of raised version of society. But they're going to drop the plate to crush, and that will crush a whole sector. Break the support? You know what's going to happen? The plate will go ping, and everything's going to go bam. I heard their hideouts in the Sector 7 slums. Just glad it's not here in Sector 6. They're going to wipe out the Sector 7 slums? That is bad. Bad news. Cloud, will you come with me to Sector 7? Of course, Tifa. Let's go. Just a second. Shut up. No, wait. It'll only take a second. How do you think scum like me feels when they babble on about the truth? I'm just going to go with the correct answer. The options are they've pretty much given up on life. They're sure they'll win. They don't know what the hell's going on. I'm going to go with they're sure they'll win. Woohoo! Right. And he pulls a lever, and we fall through a trapdoor. Great work, everyone. And then he does a creepy dance, because this is Don Corneo. And we have gone somewhere else. We don't know where it is. There is a man in green. But we do recognize someone here. There's a man in green, a man in blue, and a man in red. And the man in red we have seen before, blonde man in red, because that is President Shinra. How are the preparations going, he says. Ha ha ha, smoothly, very smoothly, says Heidegger. I assigned the Turks to this, and we know who the Turks are. President, are we really going to do this? Simply destroy a group with only a few members, says Reeve, a character we've not met yet, but seems to be on the better side than these other two. What's the problem, Reeve? You want out? No, but as head of the Urban Development Department, I have been involved in the building and running of Midgar. That's why. Reeve, you should flush those personal problems in the morning. The mayor's against this anyway. Mayor? He just sits in the building all day, feeding his face. You still call that a mayor? Because we do have a town where, elected official means or city, where elected official means far less than corporate power. Now, if you'll excuse me, sir. Heidegger does seem quite evil. You're tired. Why don't you take a couple of days off and go somewhere? If someone's not on board with the plan, they can just be pushed quietly out of the way for a while. We'll destroy Sector 7 and report that Avalanche did it. Then we'll send in the rescue operation, care of Shinra Incorporated. This is perfect. It's great when you control the media, right? You can do the crummy thing and spread the news. Alright, we're going to grab the item before we talk to either of the fallen people. Gotta get that potion. Very important. You alright? Man, this is terrible. You alright? Yeah. Well, the worst is over. Cloud looks around. Maybe not. And we are in our third boss fight, I guess? Against this thing. Which I guess we're going to hit with spells. Oh, I probably should have put things on Tifa. That was a mistake. Now you'll notice it did 185 damage to him. Or the boss, right? So this boss will slowly kill itself. And you do not actually... You can beat it without ever attacking. So I didn't do very well on Tifa's limit break here. This is the first time we've had her limit. It spins or reels, and you want to hit the yas rather than the hits. And if there's an option that says miss, you wanna dodge that one too. I'm just gonna wait for Aeris' limit to fill up on her turn, so I'm gonna use others' turns. It's gonna use Sewer Tsunami, that will fill up Aeris' limit. We know it does about 45 damage, so it will not kill her, and we'll get to see her limit in action for the first time as well. And Cloud can go back to bolting, because we do want to use our more powerful abilities against a boss. Though we probably don't really need to here. You can see, not quite a full heal, but quite good. And again, the boss is doing a lot of damage to itself. I guess we'll just attack for a bit. I might have to use a heal from Cloud on Aeris because she does not have a ton of life. But, ooh, it did 95. Alright, so we gotta be a little more careful. Aeris is actually at risk of getting knocked out here, and that would be a disaster. Oh, it uses another move. Alright, hopefully it doesn't do 75. Ah, those blue lights indicate something, and you'll see her limit break has turned blue. This is very important. This means she is in sadness status. In sadness status, which will be always indicated by those blue lights, you take less damage from everything, but your limit break feels slower. And I talked about, I think, the trade-offs of stuff like this last time. You want limit break to fill faster and to take more damage. And you certainly want that to be the case for Aeris, who is your party healer, and you want her regularly hitting limits when she's in your party. Wow, bad accuracy here. These moves are missing a lot. So I think when we start having items that give us control over sadness, and its reverse, which is called fury, where you take more damage, but you also have your limit break fill significantly faster, I will usually be choosing fury. And I think that should make a lot of sense. Now, this might put Cloud low if it does 90 to him, but it's been doing like 45 most times. Okay, it did 90 there, but it finished off itself. And we got a Phoenix down. It's too late. Marlene, Barrett, the people of the slums. Because they're going to crash it down, and we're stuck in a sewer, right? We are not in time to help them, it seems like. Don't give up. Never give up hope. It's not easy to destroy the pillar, right? That holds up the plate. Yeah, you're right. We still have time. And we will use that time healing ourselves. At least a little. And I think I will stop here. I think this would be a nice place to stop. We just beat a boss. Updated character rankings. I think Aeris has been quite likable here, making fun of Cloud. I think Cloud has got to still be distant bottom, but probably Aeris and Barrett in some order at the top, then Tifa, and then Cloud in last. Big loser, this Cloud guy. And I think that's where we're at. Is there anything else I want to update before we call it a video? I think this was a fun little section. I think Sector 6 is pretty amusing. I, of course, didn't explore it. You could easily have spent like another hour there. There's famous honeybee and stuff. You can get into the brothel, and there's scenes there that people like to make fun of. But I am lazy, and I tend to rush to gameplay portions, even though I enjoy the story. I find if I play the story sections or the kind of explore the world sections faster, it keeps the game better paced for my liking. But it's a game where you can choose that, where you're not locked into something, and I think that's really nice. So yeah, this has been, I guess, the third episode of playing FF7, and we are ending in the sewers with Sector 7 about to be destroyed.